Hey, pilots! Welcome to another exciting episode of War Robots Domination, a series of helpful gameplay tutorials designed to help highlight the tactics and strategies that I use to help tip the scales of my favorite game, War Robots. Each episode will feature a handful of battles along with helpful commentary that'll provide insight as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I'm your host, Gotchure Beacons, and I've been playing this awesome game for a few years now, and I've learned a few tricks along the way that I'd love to share with y'all. You'll notice that although my hangar is fairly basic and at lower levels, I've been able to climb it up to Expert League, so I believe that you'll find my tactics will help you do more with less, which could be very helpful with today's economy in the game. I should also mention that this is my second account, so don't let my career profile stats fool you. This is actually my baby account, but it sends a great message to pilots who feel they need to chase the current meta in order to be competitive in battle, because you don't. Wise gameplay can usually overcome any fancy gimmick. A death button is a great example. It can still melt just about any build, and its heritage stems all the way back to near the beginning of the game. It's all about knowing when to use it and how to use it. So, without further ado, I invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episodes while I walk you through my gameplay tactics and share with you my mindset in battle. I hope you find it entertaining, helpful, and fun to watch. I think you will. I'm going to call this battle, Bring It, Don't Sing It. And it's got a great message here. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song, November. All right, we got the old guard in here. This is Canyon. You know I'm going to open up with the Major Pain, my beautiful Zeus Fury. This guy loves the Canyon. That 600-meter range puts him pretty much in range of about 3 beacons. Actually, about 4 if you count the one behind me here. You got the middle one, you got the right one, you got the left one, and he's got the range on everyone. And it's just a matter of finding a good sweet spot. It actually works out a little bit better if we're coming from the right to the left as opposed to the left to the right, but that's okay. I can still get here and still get a pretty good angle on things, and he's going to take some punishment, but I got a health module on him. I'll get him right back up to speed and keep it going. And you know what? I'm calling this Bring It, Don't Sing It. And you know what? I love this game for so many different reasons. It's tactical, it's pacing, it's timing. You know, you got to have a strategy for each map. You got to have a strategy for your modes as well. You know, in Domination, I play a little more conservative for sure as opposed to Beacon Rush. And you're going to see that one here in the next video, but on this episode. But when you see that one and how I play it, but I'll tell you what, even on Domination, it's still a matter of, making sure that you are bringing it, not singing it. Do not wait back. Do definitely have a plan in mind and make sure that you are ready to bring it all the way through to the very end. Bring it, don't sing it. Don't just talk about it. Don't think about maybe next time. Don't say, oh, well, if it's not working my way, I'm just going to drop out or whatever. Make sure you're bringing it each and every game. And I'll tell you what, battles like this one, where everyone's bringing their A game, when everyone's bringing it, not singing it, that's when it makes a whole lot of difference. Now, even in a game like this, even in a match like this where everyone's bringing it, it's something else you got to make sure that you're always doing, is being mindful of what the rest of your mates are doing. And always make sure that you're not the one, if everyone's pressing and everyone's pushing, make sure that you're following their lead and you're staying with them. And again, you're bringing it, not just singing it. And remember and be mindful of that. Right now, the Major Pain is just about tapped out, and it's time for him to bring on the next one here, and it's going to be Frick. He's my death button Raven. I'm going to double jump, make sure this guy doesn't get that one, and then I'm going to let his weapon start charging up, let his jump start charging up, and get ready for the next attack. Get that guy there, get a next guy there. I didn't quite get him, but see how my mates are all fanning out? How we're spreading the field. See how we're all marching toward their spawn area? Because we're bringing it. We ain't just singing it. We know what's going on right now. We know that we have an advantage, not an advantage, but we have a momentum right now going into their spawn area. And so our men are fanning out, and we're getting in it. Now, this is a death run or a sacrifice run for Frick. It's okay. What I'm doing right now is I'm pressing the issue. Because I'm tying them up, here's 2 reds that can't really leave because they got to deal with me first, allowing my mates to press in a little bit closer. Now I got Frack. He's my Russian death button. He can get right on in, absorb any kind of gap that there was there, make sure I get this one back to blue. I got to drop down here, use a face shield because the guy got hung up there on the bridge. But now look at all the reds over there by themselves, and they're all kind of clumped together. Why? Because we've pressed it on in. We brought it. You got to bring it, don't sing it, guys. We brought it. We are pressing them in. They're trying to press back, but it's a little too late. And we've had a 4-beacon advantage for just a little too long there. And that was a nice green banner, guys. Hey, make sure that when you're out there with a whole bunch of mates and watching what they're doing, make sure you bring it, don't sing it. Make sure you're bringing it all the way through to the very end. Make sure you're putting some pressure on, because they're going to do that too. But I think some of them were sitting back a little bit. Some of the Reds were. And as a result, you see one or two guys at the bottom didn't even cap a beacon. You got to be pressing it. You got to bring it, don't sing it, guys. And enjoy those green banners at the end. If you see your name, thanks for the game. Peace out. I'm going to call this battle Guts and Glory. Enjoy my friends in the background in status as they play their awesome song Theta. This is the new recruits. We're playing some Domination here in Dreadknot. Now, Dreadknot's a funny map. It's hard to kind of get a good rhythm going. It's one of those closed maps. And so this new recruit hangar is kind of a closed map deck. There's not a lot of good line of sight, long range things. So I always bring this as a bunch of nimble bots that can move around real quick. Like they're kind of all assassins, but you know what? We're playing against some pretty high guys, and these are all level 6 bots. So that was Whiz Bang. He almost took out the invader, not bad. And this is the guts part. Sometimes you gotta throw a little bit of guts around the battlefield here and try to, show some domination on the battlefield. We do need to have a domination of beacons, right? That doesn't change at all on this game. So you always gotta be mindful of that and make sure you're getting ready to show some guts every once in a while and go after these guys. And sometimes you're gonna have an opportunity to help finish off a couple guys. And when you do that, great. I almost took their 3. I almost had another one here, but didn't quite get that one there. So this is Diablo, and Diablo is my little runner. I saw that we were at a 4-1 beacon deficit, and you can't let that happen. So it's time to go back and get busy. That guy's going to go ahead and cap that one. So I see another empty, unguarded beacon over here. So I'm going to run over and grab that one, and that's going to put us up at a 4-1 beacon advantage over them. So see how quickly the tide turned, just like that. Now I got a Galahad coming over here. He's got one low mounted one, and that's a tough one for me to face. So I'm going to go ahead and get the heck out of here. Now, standing there and dying doesn't do you any good. It's all about getting it back. Now, unfortunately, our guys aren't monitoring the beacons all that well, so I got to get back here and start getting them back again. So there we go. There's one. I'm going to go ahead and get this one. Our guys are actually not doing bad, but so are the Reds. The Reds are definitely being mindful. So sometimes you have a little bit of guts. Sometimes you get a little glory here, like Diablo's getting here. He's getting a whole bunch of capping going on. So I'm going to go back over here. That guy had to leave that area, so now I'm going to go back here and take it again. When you run a little Loki like this, it really isn't about, doing any kind of damage. It's just kind of seeing where you can be at most advantage. We are keeping this 4-1 beacon advantage. There's no way that they're going to be able to keep up with that. Now, that little blitz there, he can get me. His low-mounted weapons can definitely do some damage to me. I'm going to come down and see if I can get this one. I know my mate's back there is probably going to struggle. I'm going to hit the back of this guy, see if I can pop him out, and then go ahead and go back to stealth. And this blitz is going to take me out real easy, like, yeah. But now I'm going to go into Buzz Kill. He buzzes and he kills you. Our beacon advantage is getting ready to pay off real quick like here. So we had a little bit of guts, and then we had a little bit of glory. And at the end of the battle, we're going to have a nice green banner at the end there. So that was kind of nice. So you got to go out there and just kind of make sure that you're being mindful of where you can be most useful and what kind of bots to deploy. And you'll have a little bit of guts every once in a while, and you'll have a bit of glory some other times here. But so we had a fairly good balance of some champions, some masters, and some experts on both sides. And it looks like they had one guy on the other side, didn't do a lot of damage, but he did cap a couple of beacons. And hey, a lot of good pilots on both sides here. But if you see your name, thanks for the game. Peace out. I'm going to call this battle Brass Stones. And I'll definitely explain why as we go along here, guys. Enjoy my friends in the background and status as they play their awesome song War. Okay, this is this week's Beacon Rush episode. And there's absolutely no doubt about the way I always approach Beacon Rush. It's not like Domination. Guys, in Beacon Rush, you gotta have some brass stones. Do not back down. Do not step back. Do not play conservative. Beacon Rush is all about aggressively pressing right on in, and do not give them 1 ounce of inch. You will watch this game. Every one of my little guys is a little brawler, and not one of them is afraid of nothing. And you gotta play Beacon Rush that way, guys. That's the only way to approach Beacon Rush. Domination, it's all about timing and pacing and everything else. But With Beacon Rush, it is pressing forward with those brass stones and making sure that you are never backing down. You are always advancing on them. And that's the beauty of Beacon Rush. Every time you die, you don't have to start at the back. You can start right in the middle, keep up right where you left off. And as long as you keep that full press, a full court press, as long as you never back down. I'm only waiting for my guys to readjust. There we go. Now that they're regenerated, it's time to go in and throw my brass stones around, guys. That's what you got to do. Always be pressing forward. Always be charging toward the Reds. And if you keep up that pressure and you keep showing it and bringing it as hard as you can each and every time, you watch. It's going to wear them down. It's going to easily press through them. It's going to push them back to the point where they can't survive that kind of pressure, guys. Always bring those brass stones. Never sit in the back. Never be hiding or worried about it. Always be pressing forward, and that will get you the big green banner at the end, guys. Enjoy. Great pilots on both sides for sure. Everyone gave it their all, but we never backed down. We just brought our big brass stones and brought it right onto the Reds, and that, guys, that will get you the green victory on a regular basis there. Great pilots on both sides. Hope you see your name. If you see your name, thanks for the game. Peace out. Well, friends, that just about wraps it up for another episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and are able to take something you learned and use it in battle. I add content to my YouTube channel almost daily, so please stop by when you're able and check out the fresh new material. Or just click on an old episode and maybe catch another tip that'll help you up your game. If you like what you see, please tap on the red subscription button and then tap the bell to be notified when new episodes are released. It would also be helpful if you could make a comment about the video, whether it's an example of how the episode helped you, or maybe additional advice to help elaborate on the tactics I shared, or even constructive comments that'll help clarify something I might have missed. It's all good and greatly appreciated. Finally, this game is full of challenges and can create frustration for some who are simply trying to have fun with this awesome game. My goal is to provide you all with helpful information and help reduce the frustration and increase the fun. So, if you feel these videos are helping you, please share them with a friend, someone who you think might benefit from them. Well, that's about it for today, guys. As always, keep them blue out there, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. Make sure you're having fun, though, because if you're not, you're doing it wrong. I love you all for your support. Play well. Peace out.